there, welcome to Jedi Academy. I am Ben Kenobi, and with me is Jedi Master Chuck. How you doing today, my man?
How we doing, sir? How are you?
Really good. I just watched a really fun movie,
Okay.
The Rock. Have you seen The Rock, right?
The Lock. No.
No, The Rock.
Oh, The Rock.
Some
Oh
kind
yeah.
of,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
dude, I
Nick
did.
Cage.
I think it was my second time seeing it. The
Hmm.
first time I thought it was okay. Dude, I loved it today. I
Yeah.
don't know what about it, it just hit me in all the right places.
Yeah. See, and I remember seeing it when it came out as when I was younger, and it just never hit me that way. And then I watched it when I was a little bit older, and same thing, man. I love that movie. I absolutely love that movie.
It, I do think it's Michael Bay's first best movie.
Oh, for sure. It has to be, right? Because what else did he do before that? He didn't do much.
I like Armageddon. That's good. It's not
Yes.
great. It's fun.
I
I
will.
like,
I will say this: Armageddon is not a great movie, but it is a serious guilty pleasure of mine.
like,
Whenever I see that movie, I have to watch it. I
and
just
I've
love it.
never seen the first Bad Boys. Is that really good?
Yes. Now, Bad Boy. Yes, that is a good movie. Yes. So yeah.
So yeah,
No,
and
he deserves some respect for Bad Boys. I will say that.
goddammit, I love Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Oh, dude, come on.
Dude, we got to have Nicolas Cage in a Star Wars movie, right?
Oh my
We
God,
got
that would
to
be the
have him,
best.
right?
I want him as like an admiral in like the Empire or something, just something crazy like that, like just just like a nutcase, man, super
Yeah, who
nutcase.
could he play? Who's somebody
You
wacky?
know who would have been fun if he would have played the character instead of Amy Sedaris is that mechanic character. Because he could have really got wacky with that, talking to the
Ooh,
droids and stuff. Like he could have really
I
went wacky
like
with that.
that.
Yeah, that would have been a great spot for him, actually.
I
Because
like
he
that.
loves playing into the Nicolas Cage isms
Oh,
now. He loves playing that. So
I'm halfway through this movie, but have you seen that movie where he's Nicolas Cage playing Nicolas Cage?
not yet, but I've heard good things about it. I've heard
I'm
really good things.
halfway through. I gotta finish that movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, him and Diego Luna together it's got to
Oh,
be hilarious. That's got to be great. That's got
Diego
to be
Luna.
great.
Perfect transition into ANDOR and
Absolutely.
Rogue One. See how we did that?
Yes. Yeah. Well, there's
So
just
with
not much
and
going on, guys. So we were thinking let's do a Rogue One refresher for Andor.
yeah, exactly. So before we deep dive into it, what are your thoughts about Rogue One? And what did you think about the Diego Luna character
Hmm.
in general? Did you like him?
Yeah, I do like him overall in Rogue One. The movie itself, I think for me, it's easily a top four, top five Star Wars movie. I mean, it's so good. It might be higher than that. I'd really have to sit down again and go back through my top, but yeah, it's up there for me because, and a lot of people give this movie crap because they die at the end. But what else can happen at the end of this story? I don't
Eh,
understand.
I'm not, yeah, I don't hear crap about this movie at all. Really? Is that true?
Just certain people just bring that up all the time, and it's like that's to me is exactly what had to happen because it's in the crawl of episode 4 that they died getting the plans. So, or there was they said there was a big battle. So I guess they technically didn't
it,
say they died, but
and yeah, they won the first big
right,
victory in
right,
the battle,
yeah,
in the war.
yeah. So, and I don't know. I didn't see any reason for those characters to continue. I thought
No,
that was when they died, it made complete sense. I didn't see it coming,
oh,
but
I saw it coming because,
well,
like you
I
said,
saw
they
it
had
coming
to.
once they were on the planet and everything was going down. But I didn't quite think they would kill them off yet. I didn't know if they would kill them off or not.
What did you think about the use of Vader in that show? Did you like how they used him? in that movie. I
Oh
mean,
well, I mean, yeah, it's one of the greatest Vader scenes we've ever seen, man. I mean, I think it's only been topped now by the scene in Obi-Wan, really, hasn't it?
I was about to ask you that. Which scene is better?
Oh,
I'll give you three scenes. The Vader scene in Rogue One,
yeah,
the scene in the third episode of Obi-Wan, where you didn't see him killing people in that town,
yeah, yeah.
or the Vader Obi-Wan fight in the finale.
That's the Vader Obi-Wan fight in the finale, of course. I mean, that fight alone, dude. When Obi-Wan is throwing all the rocks, I mean, just all that entire fight, man. And Vader gets the high ground for a minute and thinks he has him. Yeah, I mean, come on, that fight is so amazing. I mean, that fight is so awesome. I've watched it now 4 or 5, just that fight like 4 or 5 times easily, if not more. I
And
love
I
that fight.
love that they gave Vader the high ground without having him to say it. It
Yeah,
was a nice
absolutely,
little tip of the hat to us who remember Revenge of the Sith.
absolutely, man, absolutely. See, I think that's now my favorite lightsaber battle. I think that,
Really?
yeah, I think that one's better than Revenge of the Sith for me. Now, I think Revenge. Well, I will say this: I think Revenge of the Sith has more emotion in it
I don't know,
overall.
man.
But
The way, the
that's a tough call
way,
too, right? That's a tough
the,
call
the
too.
way, the way Obi-Wan has talked as he's leaving, like, you could see on his face the
Hmm.
moment he realized his friend is truly gone.
Yeah,
And that quick little back and forth between Vader and Obi-Wan. You didn't kill Anakin. I killed
that's the
Anakin.
scene. That's the part that always gets me is when Vader says that, man. Yeah, that's huge.
And I love the choice that they made. Uh, you hear both Hayden's voice and Vader's voice.
Hmm.
Kind of like mixing and matching. And I
Yeah.
thought
Well, it's what they did
that
for the
way,
Ahsoka fight too. If you remember, I don't remember who voiced him in that, but it was the mixture of the Vader voice and the Anakin voice. So yeah, they did the very similar thing with that fight in Rebels.
I remember that fight. And they might get me a little heat, but I don't care. The fight in Obi-Wan hits me harder than the one in
It's a better
Rebels.
fight. It's a better fight. Yeah. And it's between two. I mean, look, Anakin and Ahsoka have a huge history. We all know that. But Obi-Wan and Anakin is the story. I mean, that just is what it is.
And for me personally, I really like Rebels, but for it to be live action,
Yeah.
I think it does hit me a little harder
Yes.
personally.
The only difference
I
I
know
will say
people
here.
feel,
Yeah. No, no, go ahead.
I know people feel the opposite, and that's cool. I'm just saying for me,
Sure.
having it live action hits me harder. But that's just me.
No, I agree with that completely because the thing about the Ahsoka fight with Vader is that um he says Ahsoka. Like he
Yeah.
is reaching out to her.
Right,
But
right.
just a few years earlier, he has this fight with Obi-Wan, and he is Vader. He's not Anakin at all
Right, right.
because he says Anakin's dead. I killed Anakin, not you. I did.
No, maybe you can help me. I'm confused. Timeline wise,
Hmm.
in that timeline, which
Hmm.
fight happened first?
The Obi-Wan fight.
Oh, this new one that we got, that happened before the second fight?
Because Rebels is kind of right. It's during Episode 4. A lot of the
No,
stuff
because we
happening
saw Luke,
in
and Luke
Rebels
is
is
still a little kid.
hmm? That's
We
earlier,
saw
but
Luke get ripped.
the later seasons are happening through Episode 4 or right up to Episode 4 during Rogue One and stuff. I mean, we see Saul Guerrero. So it's yeah. It's around that time period. It's not much. It's not long before Episode 4 in Rogue One. Because the Flash
I guess
forward,
that makes I guess that makes sense because when we see
Ahsoka's during
Obi-Wan,
Mandalorian time. Ahsoka's series is during Mandalorian time, and that's them going after Ezra and Thrawn.
no, you're right because I just remember when we saw Obi-Wan and Rebels, he had the gray hair and he looked
That's
more
the Flash
like
forward, though. That's a Flash forward.
no, it
Well, I
was
just mean
pretty,
that that's closer to Episode 4 because that's
right.
when he's
I'm
Alec Guinness. He's Alec Guinness in that Obi. Yeah, that's the Alec Guinness
in the
Obi-Wan.
animated one, right? Okay.
Right. Yeah. That's all I mean by it. Yeah. Because when Ahsoka fights him in Rebels, that's later. That's what I mean. That's later. So that's in my opinion, that's when that's either right at the beginning or during the transition of him back into Anakin. Because there is a time period, as we see with Obi-Wan, that he is Vader. He's no longer there is no Anakin in him at that moment.
But he's Vader in the entire new trilogy. No.
No, he's
He's Vader
conflicted
in
at that
the
point.
original trilogy.
He's conflicted. He's conflicted at that point.
You really think so? And the Empire
Yeah.
Strikes Back.
Yeah.
You
Because
really
as soon as he finds out Luke is his son, he's conflicted. As soon as he finds out about Luke and Leia, he becomes conflicted again. But again, I think it's even before that. Because you have to remember, this is one big thing about canon that isn't really in canon, but it is canon. Is that Palpatine treated Vader like a dog.
Yeah, I know that.
Like an absolute dog. He trashed Vader every chance he got. He made his suit purposely so he could force lightning him at any time and basically turn off his suit and kill him at any time he wanted. He purposely like dumbed down Vader's powers on purpose just so he could control him. He always was looking for another apprentice behind his back too.
Well, in a war too. I mean, not how it is.
Well, because he thought after Vader lost that fight to Obi-Wan that he was worthless, basically. He didn't think Vader was as powerful as he really was after that Obi-Wan fight. He lost a lot of respect for Vader after
Are you talking about Obi-Wan in the Obi-Wan?
in Episode 3.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mhm.
He lost a lot of respect for Vader after that.
Interesting.
That's in the comics. Yeah, that's in the comics. That's right after.
You mean the one in Revenge of the Sith?
Yeah. It's during when he gets his suit.
All right. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, right after he gets his suit, when they cut away from that, the very next thing that happens is Vader's like, I don't believe you. I don't believe that Padme died. And he goes and lunges at Palpatine, and Palpatine force lightnings him to the ground. And he's like, don't you ever try to strike me again. Yeah, Palpatine at that moment, right, and literally after we see that Vader scene of him, getting the suit and standing up and going, no. Yeah. Literally the next thing that happens is he goes after Palpatine, and Palpatine puts him in his place.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's in the comics, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. But the amount of disrespect that Vader has put up with over the years from Palpatine, he wanted to take over from Palpatine. He wanted to kill Palpatine and take over.
I believe that, but I don't know if he wanted to go to the light side.
He was scared to do it alone. Well, he wasn't scared. I don't want to say he was scared. He didn't want to do it alone, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah.
And when he found out about Luke is when he fully committed to maybe not turning back, but definitely killing Palpatine.
Okay. I think he wanted Luke to join him in.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to meet Palpatine, and he wanted Luke to become him.
His ideal scenario would have absolutely been turn Luke to the dark side. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that at all. I'm just saying I think there was more, because basically the way canon makes it seem, or the way it seems in canon, is he's very conflicted in the beginning. Even after he gets the suit, then there is a point where he is just Vader. That's it. And then there's a point around Rebels and 4, where episode 4, where he starts to want to come back. He starts to be conflicted again. Anakin basically resurfaces, is what happens in his psyche.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot of scenes in the comics of
So
Vader
that
like coming back.
that Vader scene in Rogue One to bring it back to Rogue One.
Yeah,
Is he
absolutely. Sorry.
Vader or is he conflicted?
Oh, and that, I mean, look, he can be Vader still, even when he was conflicted. It's not that
Oh,
he
okay.
couldn't still be Vader. It's just within himself, he's having conflict again. As far as I think, what it more is it's like your conscience. He turned his conscience off, and then it somehow came back on at some point.
So basically, him and Cricket went on vacation,
I guess.
and then him and Cricket came back,
I mean, yeah, you can think of it
and
that way.
slowly became
Yeah.
stronger and stronger and stronger.
Yeah, because when you're on the dark side, all you're living on is your hate and your fear and all that.
Right.
You're not really a person. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard to have emotions as that, when that's all you really care about is hate and fear and power.
They bring it back to Rogue One, though.
Yes.
Yeah, Cassian Andor and K2S5. What did you think of that relationship?
I mean, K2SO.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, man. I'll be honest. That's one of the things that I'm actually really looking forward to in the Cassian show, or the Andor show, is him, Alec Tunick, being back as K2SO, because at some point they're gonna have to show how they met, and all
Sadly,
that stuff.
I don't think we're going to get him in season 1, though.
No, not season 1. They said definitely season 2, though.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Alan Tunick is so good. No.
Yeah. I'm hoping we get sort of like a James Bond political-esque thriller, Mission Impossible mixed in kind of thing.
You know Jimmy Bond from yesterday.
Jimmy Bondy. Jimmy Bondy. Checking in. No idea who I am.
You got me last night.
That was funny. That was a good one. That was funny.
What other characters do you think we could see in the show? I think we're going to get Mothma. We know we're going to get Mothma.
Right. Young Mon Mothma. Yeah, definitely.
We're going to get... Do you think we're getting Jimmy Smith? Do you think we're getting Organa?
If we do, I don't think it'll be a lot, only because I don't know how much they're going to want to de-age him to have him as like a main character. I think he might pop in of every couple episodes or something, So, but I hope so. I hope he's in it, because it doesn't make sense if he's not, really.
If we do. If we get Organa.
Yeah.
Over under 15%. It's a low number.
Okay.
Millie Bobby Brown is young there.
I would love to see it. I can say that.
I
will say under, but I would love to see it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. I think it would be a strong pick if they did it.
Oh, you know what? I'll say over 15. Only because
Okay.
the reception of young Leia and Obi-Wan was so good.
That's fair.
I wouldn't say over 20%. I don't say over 15.
Okay.
I don't think it will happen, but
yeah,
there's a chance. Like
I like it. I like it. If they do it, I like it.
Like Jim Carrey said, so you're saying there's a chance.
There's a chance. There's absolutely a chance. Here's one for you. I got one for you. Over under. Let's say 60%. Over under. High one. Because I think there's a good chance for this, actually. She has the classic Leia roles.
Oh, now you're talking about if you're asking what if on top of what if.
Yeah. So if she is in it, let's just say she's in it. Does she have the roles, or does she have some different type of hair? You think? Do you think they go that spot on with it?
No,
No.
I knew.
Okay. Okay.
Uh,
I think it's over. I think they go with it just because
they,
they're gonna go with it.
she would be 14, give or take a few
Something like
years.
that. Yeah, something like that. That would be fair.
I don't know. Those plans seem awfully mature for
What
me.
is it? It's 5 years before Episode 4 starts, or Rogue One, basically.
Uh,
So,
oh, I can't say over. Okay,
so she's 13 or 14, basically. Yeah.
right. Okay, I know about the months.
Okay. All right.
Okay, two others right now.
Okay.
Over or under 25%.
Okay.
You're not cameo.
Who?
You're not.
That one I'll say under only because I don't think he'll leave Dagobah for any reason. Unless maybe Bale goes there. Yeah.
Hologram.
Oh. Bail Organa or Mon Mothma could be talking to him. Which I still don't understand how that's not a thing in canon at this point. That he wasn't at least giving them orders from there.
It might mean that time. I mean, what
I mean,
other
maybe
time?
it
I
is.
don't know.
Oh, it would make the most sense to me because why would you let one of the first of all the most experienced just beings in history? He's 900 years old at that point. Why would you not take advice from him? Even
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
so, yeah, I don't see how. Yeah, he's not at least involved in some way. I've always thought that though. I've always wondered like why wasn't Yoda at least in the background running things?
Let me ask you this. I'm not sure about this.
Okay.
When did Obi-Wan find out where Yoda is?
I think he always knew somehow. I think he knew from yeah. I think he somehow knew.
Okay.
Well, no. He found out because he became a Force ghost. Yeah. He
What do you
becomes a
mean?
Force ghost in Episode 4, and then the beginning of Episode 5, when they're on Hoth, is when he comes to Luke and says, "You must go to Dagobah."
Yeah, man. You're saying Yoda never told Obi-Wan before he died?
Obi-Wan died before Yoda.
I know.
Yeah.
But he knew Yoda from Revenge of the Sith. He didn't wrap his mind of Yoda.
I would say there's only I would say well not only but I would say there's two ways I guess it could go. Either he doesn't know at all, and he finds out when he becomes a Force ghost, or he knew and he just didn't say anything. I mean, I don't. The only thing about Yoda is I don't. Even Yoda didn't. No, Yoda did say that in Episode 3 at the very
Yoda
end.
went into hiding, I must know. He never
He
hit a
didn't say
correct.
where. Okay.
He never hit a location.
Didn't he tell Bale though?
Maybe. I don't remember. I don't remember.
I could have swore he said Dagobah at some point. I'd have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
maybe
not
he
sure.
did. I
I'm
have
not
to
sure.
go. Okay, so another question.
Mhm.
Over under 10%. I really don't think this is going to happen. Obi-Wan cameo.
No, I wish they would do it, but I don't think they will. Again, I think it would make the most sense if he's at least in contact with Bail Organa, then he would be giving some type of directions at that point because that's after the Vader fight. So that's
Right.
after he's coming back to I want to help. So I think he would be helping, but from afar too, probably through a hologram. Yeah.
Yeah. We heard even the Clinger say he wants him to come back.
Yeah.
We can see Obi-Wan in other stuff other than season 2.
I don't blame them. I don't think we're gonna get a season 2 now, though.
Really, why didn't change?
I think there is too much hype around these 2.5 hour cuts that have been coming out.
You really think so?
I think they're going to try to do a movie instead of a season 2. I think that's what they're going to try to do.
I think that's a hot take. Wow.
It might be. It probably is. I just feel like people, everybody I've seen, that I watch as far as Star Wars, news goes, everybody's talking about the cuts. Everybody's talking about the cuts that are out there and how they're better. I don't agree with it. I will say this: I don't agree with them. I like the show overall.
You know me. I love the show. I love it. It's some of my favorite Star Wars.
Yeah.
Here's why I'm pushed back on that, and I want to know what you think.
Okay.
If they did that, if they said we're making an Obi-Wan movie after all, that would be Lucasfilm admitting they made a mistake by making it a show.
Yep.
I can't see Kathleen Kennedy doing that.
You know what? That's a good point too. I didn't think of. That's a very good point.
I can't see them saying we fucked up. We
right.
I can't see them doing that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, you got a good point. You have a very good point there, honestly. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Yeah, it could go either way, man. It could go either way. But yeah, I think now that you say that, that actually does make sense. I just think a season 2, if that's what they decide to do, is continue with Obi-Wan, that's the best way to go, because again, do you want to just tell a story or do you want to add to the lore? It's up to you.
If they did a season 2, I think it's going to be Obi-Wan staying on Tatooine, looking after Luke, training with Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon would be a recurring character, and I think that's your season 2. Will that make a good season 2? I don't know.
I don't know either. I don't know. I don't know if there's a season 2 to this show. I just don't know if there is. I just don't know where it can go, really. I mean, what's he going to do? He's going to fight off some Tusken Raiders or something that might try to hurt Luke?
Like I said, he wouldn't train. He would look after Luke, and he wouldn't train with Qui-Gon. I don't know.
Yeah, but if they just did a season 2 where there was no real big conflict or big bad, I just don't think it would work. There still needs to be something.
You're right.
That's why I think the only way to do season 2, since now we have Vader officially walking away from looking for Obi-Wan, is you have Obi-Wan send one of the Inquisitors on a secret mission. I guess that's the only way you can do it.
I thought there was a way they could do it, but it wouldn't piss everybody off.
Okay.
Well, let me rephrase that. It would piss off all the Rebels fans and Clone Wars fans.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Have it be a thing where Darth Maul is tracking Obi-Wan, finds him on Tatooine, and the whole season is about them. Yeah. See,
nope. I can't go with that just because just because I love the canon.
Like I said,
I know what you mean.
I'm just trying to think. If they did that, they would piss everybody off.
I have an idea. Here it is. Oh, wait for this. Wait for this. Okay. So in the shadows, he has been gaining his strength back. And he finally comes back as Darkside Mace Windu. And he wants to know why Obi-Wan has not killed Vader yet. Because he found out who Vader is. And Mace and Obi-Wan have to have a final battle. Not a final battle, but a battle. And Obi-Wan takes out Mace Windu for the final canon explanation of where is Mace Windu. He's dead. Obi-Wan killed him.
I like it. Yeah. Ah, for a
You
second.
get Samuel L. Jackson back finally. He wants to do it. You get Ewan McGregor back. He wants to do it. You can have some flashbacks with Hayden. You don't need to bring him back in the show itself, but you can have flashbacks of him and like him and Mace and him and Obi-Wan having certain conversations. I think there's a way you could do that.
I'll be honest, when you first started that, I thought you were going to make a talk.
Oh no, no,
I mean,
no,
I was
I
like,
can't do that. No, I can't do
oh
that.
God, here he comes.
But for some reason, so the reason he went to the dark side is because of Anakin. Ultimately, because of Anakin, what Anakin did, and he just finally gave in and said, "You know what? I can't do it anymore. I'm not doing it. I'm going full dark."
I like it because a lot of people, and I'm sure you've seen this, say he's been a great Jedi for a long time.
Oh,
Like in between dark and light.
I can see that too. Yeah. Maybe that's it. Maybe he's not dark. Maybe he's not dark side. Maybe he is, in the middle now, where he's like, we made a lot of mistakes. Maybe he's where Luke is. We messed up a lot, man. We made a lot of mistakes. People
got pissed about that with Luke. Wouldn't they get pissed about that with Mace Windu?
No, and you know why I think that? Because Mace Windu was always against Anakin joining the Jedi Order. He was always against it from the beginning.
Okay. I have an idea.
And he's a lot of the reason that Anakin doesn't trust the Jedi. He is actually a lot of the reason.
I have one addition to your little theory.
Okay.
I'm same thing. He's been building up and training and coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to add one thing to him.
Okay.
Give him an eye patch.
Oh, let's do it. And he calls himself Fury now.
Yeah.
Just Fury, not Nick Fury. Just Fury.
Hey, what again? I dare you. I never dare you, motherfuckers. Hey, what again?
But the most important thing is he still has the purple lightsaber somehow.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He still has it.
No, you know who has it?
Well,
Maz Kanata has it now.
Well, technically it was burned, but yeah. Technically it was burned. In canon, that was in the comics too.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
You know about the comics, I see.
Well, look, I don't read the comics. I will admit that. I only watch videos about the comics. I'll be honest.
So any other video you've seen about the comic?
What's that?
Didn't they ever fucking explain how Maz Kanata got that fucking blue lightsaber?
No, not yet. No, that hasn't been. I haven't seen that yet. No, the Vader series though is really good, man. The Vader series is really good.
I read a good chunk of it. I didn't like it. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in the Vader comics, man, that are crazy. It's crazy.
Forgive me for a second. I'm going off on a tangent for a second.
Okay.
I like The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
The one thing that pisses me off more and more is how the fuck she got that lightsaber.
Well, I still want to know how she heard Obi-Wan's voice first.
Yeah, why Obi-Wan?
She has no connection to him at all, basically.
I think that goes back to the way early theory that she was supposed to be a Kenobi.
Yeah. I still think that because I wish I could find this interview again, man. She did an interview where she was talking about, this was after Rise of Skywalker came out, and she said that, was it Feige? No, Filoni pulled her aside and told her she was a Kenobi, and she started crying.
I remember that interview. Yeah.
Yeah.
With him Filoni or with him J.J. Abrams? I'm not
It
even
might have
thinking.
been. Yeah, I don't remember who it was, but somebody pulled
Yeah,
her aside and told her
I
that.
don't think Filoni makes sense.
No, not
Yeah,
yeah, maybe not Filoni. I'm sorry.
I
Yeah.
remember that.
It was somebody that it was somebody that was with the movies though. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah,
It probably changed. Yeah, I
yeah,
remember that.
and that's what I always thought that made the most sense to me. Other than that, I could see her as I there. This is a scene, and I don't remember if you remember how Christian used to always bring this up, and I see it too when they're coming into Maz Kanata's planet, and she says, "This is the most green I've ever seen."
No, yeah.
And the look
That look on his,
on his face,
yeah.
I still think there's a chance they were setting up where she was a solo. I still think there's a chance that was at least a thought in their minds.
It might have been a thought.
Maybe not with Leia. Maybe not with Leia, but before Leia.
It could be. I mean, I'm not discounting it. You know what? I'll say this. I'm willing to bet any thought you and me have about her identity.
They had it too.
I meant they thought it too.
Yeah.
And I bet, we know they couldn't come up with one.
No, they had no idea. They had no idea where they were going. No. Unfortunately. Because there actually is a really good trilogy in there. There actually is, which I think it's a good show we should do one day, is rewrite the sequel trilogy.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
You can't, no, it wouldn't be a rewrite in the sense that we change everything. It would be we rewrite the things that we think aren't right and make it right to still fit the story.
I like that, and I think we're not ready, but I have some idea for some guests who we could bring on that one. That could be really fun. And
I like it.
I think you know who I'm thinking of.
Okay. I like that. I think if it is who I think it is, that would be fun.
I think you know. I think you know.
Yeah. I like that. Let's get back to Rogue One because we have got off the topic for a while now.
I mean,
here's my question. Here's my question for you, actually. Where we meet Andor at in this is he's ruthless, man. He's ruthless. We know that about him.
Yeah.
And he sort of softens. I say softens up, but he's still him. I mean, but we sort of see him, kind of be more, emotional, I guess, throughout the movie.
Right.
He sort of lets his guard down.
He brings him down.
Yeah, right. So how hard are we going to see? How do you think he's going to be through the show? Do you think they're going to play to that side, or do you think they're going to make him sort of more emotional in the beginning and then maybe he hardens up as things go?
I think they're going to be a slow ascent to his darkness.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I was just wondering what you thought about that because I think it could go either way.
I think they're going to be a slow build. A slow build.
So kind of like how they tried to play Han Solo.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, maybe not exactly like Han Solo.
No, not exactly. But I mean, when we meet Han in Episode 4, he's more grizzled. He's more like just he's just living his life. And then things happen, and he meets Leia, and same sort of thing. That's all I mean by that.
Thank you. Well, we know we're getting Saw Gerrera. We know he's going to show up.
Yeah. He looks younger too. He looks a lot younger.
Yeah.
He looks a lot younger from Rogue One. Well, I mean, it's only 5 years, so it's not like that far. That's why he looks a lot younger in that 5 years.
Is there anybody else we can see?
I think we could get Tarkin. We can get Tarkin again. That could happen again. I mean, the technology is definitely better now from Rogue One. So, yeah, we could easily get Tarkin again. I mean, they've already established Vader is a part of Rogue One storyline, so I don't see how Vader's not in it.
I don't think Vader's in it. I mean, well,
Again, maybe holograms, maybe something like that. I still think there's a scene in the Senate where Palpatine's giving a speech and Vader could be standing next to him. I still think
that
that's a
could be. I
possibility.
don't see Vader having like a scene. Like I can't see him having a lightsaber fight or anything like
Oh
that.
no! I don't even think he's gonna have a line.
Well, okay.
I just think that he could be in the
Like
aesthetic of the show. Like I think he could be there. Yeah. That's all I mean by that. Yeah, I don't think he has a
yeah,
line or anything.
maybe. Yeah, I can see that. If we get Okada doing it in 3PO,
I would assume. Yeah. I mean, that might be the way to bring them into the show.
might be a mistake though.
It could be.
I mean, from everything you're seeing, it's so much dark and serious tone. You
Mhm.
bring in them in, and I think all that goes out the window,
Yeah.
in my
Maybe
opinion.
we see them later towards the end, closer to episode 4, closer to Rogue One and stuff like
Maybe
that.
in season 2.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Right. Maybe
maybe
then.
so.
But yeah, I think this first season is going to be mostly in the early or middle of the Empire, because it's basically 18 years between episode 3 and Rogue One or episode
Right.
4, however you want to look at it. Because I mean, what's Rogue One? Rogue One's maybe a couple months before episode 4, right? So I mean, it's
Couple days.
basically, yeah. I
In a
mean, it's
couple days.
right. So it's right. Yeah, it's days. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because we see Leia at the end, and it looks like they are a couple of days before she leaves to, doesn't leave, but she sends the plans out to Obi-Wan.
right. So from the time they free her from the jail to it's a few days. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a week. Let's say a week. Let's say it's a week. You know what I mean? Because they went to a couple planets, so let's say it's a week.
Okay.
Fair enough. So yeah. So basically, it's 18 years. This is 5 years before Rogue One, basically. So is it 5 or 8? I still don't know.
I think it's 5.
It is 5. Okay.
That sounds right.
So it's 5 years before. So she's 13, and by the time we get to she's about 17 or 18. Yeah, I think we could see them in the later episodes. Maybe.
I agree with that.
Yeah, Tarkin. I think Tarkin definitely. If we don't see one of them three, I don't see how this makes sense. If we don't see at least Tarkin, Vader, or Palpatine in some way, shape, or form giving orders, I don't know who they're gonna.
There's one name we haven't mentioned yet.
Okay.
Krennic.
Isn't he dead? Oh, well, no. At this point, he's not dead. Yeah, no.
No, he's not dead.
Right. Yeah. Maybe, but I don't. They don't know about these plans yet, do they? 5 years before, do they know about it then?
Krennic. He was looking right
Oh,
now.
he was the one that went and got. I'm thinking of her. I'm thinking of
Oh no.
Jin's father. No. Yeah,
No.
Krennic. Yeah, Krennic. Possibility. I mean, yeah, I don't see why not.
I think it's more likely we think Krennic than Tolkien. Only because, well, then I was going to say, what did you think of the CGI on Tolkien in
I
Rogue
think
One?
in Rogue One it wasn't great. I think it was good. I think it was really good. I just don't think it was great yet. But now I think they could do it easily. I think they could
Yeah.
pull it off easily because it wouldn't be a de aging or a CGI. Um, it would be the what do they call it now? What they did with Luke and Mandalorian.
Deep fake?
Deep fake. It would be a deep fake, not a CGI face. I mean, I know it's the same thing, but it is a little bit different. It's a little
Yeah,
bit different in the way it plays on screen. Because with the CGI face, you get like almost like the uncanny valley a little bit
right.
still, where with the deep fake, it's you can actually see everything moving. So it's a
It's
little bit, yeah,
creepy.
yeah.
It's
It is.
creepy,
It is.
man.
Oh, it's all creepy, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's just not
One,
perfect yet. Once it's perfect, we're never going to notice it again.
right, man.
We're gonna have John Wayne in a movie one day again,
Oh,
and people
God.
like that, dude. We're gonna have stuff
I'm
like
not.
that.
Remember that story happened in 2019, I think. Everybody got pissed off. James Dean was going to be in a new movie. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yes. Yes.
And everybody got pissed off.
Yep. Yep. I think it's gonna have. I think that's gonna be a norm.
Oh,
And again, maybe
it
not in
is
our
going to happen.
lifetime, but it's gonna be a norm at some point in movies for sure.
It's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Dude, you're telling me that if a director, when they perfect that stuff and it's not perfect and they can really pull it off, you think there's not somebody out there that's going to want to put John Wayne and Clint Eastwood on the screen again together, or anybody? Think of any combination of people. Somebody's gonna want to do it. Somebody's gonna want to do it. There's gonna
It
be
might
that
not.
Quentin Tarantino type person that's like a super film nut that knows everything about films and is gonna be like, I can do this.
You know what? It might not even mean one of those. It might mean somebody in Marvel wanting to do a certain superhero and tragically passed away a few years ago.
Yeah, that's hey.
I don't think that's happening anytime soon,
No.
but
Yeah.
I think you know who I mean, who I'm alluding to.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, that's. I think now if they did Tarkin, I think it would be fine.
Yeah.
If they did Tarkin now, or
Is
at
there
least it would be
anything
better.
else?
It would be better, I would say.
It would be better. Is there
Yeah.
anything else about Rogue One you want to touch on?
Um. I mean, yeah, I can't. I mean, I don't know who else we would see. I mean, could we? No, I don't even see how we would see them.
Hmm.
I was thinking Chirrut and yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we'll see people like I don't think we'll see anybody from Rogue One that we know,
No.
except for Mon Mothma, people like that in the Rebellion. Yeah, I think this is going to be what they're selling it as. I think it's going to be the beginning of the rebellion from within the Empire. Yeah, I think
Hell, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm
so.
looking forward to it. I
I
don't know if it's going to be a bit Star Wars we get.
yeah
I don't like saying that expectation.
yeah
Because the moment you start saying that, and the moment you start to get disappointed about what we do get,
that's true.
so I'm just hoping for a good show and an entertaining ride.
I just hope there's really good politics at this show
Me too.
because the prequels really missed on the politics part of everything.
We'll see you soon. In a
Yeah,
few weeks, man. In a few weeks.
it's so close, man. We're so close.
All right, man. Now wrap this sucker up.
Yep,
Don,
absolutely,
my
sir.
friend, my partner. Tell everyone where they can find you.
You don't want to look for me, this ugly mug. Now, you guys can find me at Jedi Master Tuck on Twitter. You can find me on the Facebook group. Uh, you can find me here on Mondays doing. Jesus, now I can't even remember all the different shows we have.
Fellowship of the
Fellowship,
Geekdom.
yes, Fellowship of Geekdom. Tuesdays we're doing the Geekdom Initiative. Wednesdays we have the Jedi Academy, and then on Sundays I am on Geekdom Uncut, guys, with everybody.
Yeah.
So
And you guys can find me at my Twitter, man_radio. Every Monday on Fellowship, every Tuesday on Initiative, every Wednesday right here on Jedi Academy, every Friday on the Weekly Geekdom, every Sunday on Kick the Butt Cut. You guys can also find me at the Northern Entertainment Group every Tuesday on Rewind the Tape and every Saturday morning on the Northern Countdown. Well, that will do it for us here tonight. We'll see you next week, and until then, may the force be with you always.
May the force be with you.